At Tennis Zone, we're giving away a tennis racket worth up to $120 of your choice to thank you for the support you've been giving us on our videos. To participate, you just need to subscribe and comment on the video. The winner will be announced on October 25th. Good luck to everyone, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy the video. How much money does Alcaraz earn as the champion of the ATP 500 Beijing? Learn about the prize that Carlos Alcaraz has pocketed with his victory at the tournament in China against Jannik Sinner. Carlos Alcaraz has been crowned champion of the ATP 500 in Beijing after defeating Jannik Sinner in the grand final. The Spanish tennis player won the first title of the Asian Tour after beating his main rival in 3 sets, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6. Beyond the points earned for the ATP ranking, the winner of this edition receives a substantial sports prize. The ATP 500 in Beijing has a prize pool of €3.3 million, which represents an increase of 2.37% compared to the previous edition. Regarding the final, the winner will take home a prize of €628,419.35, while the other finalist receives a consolation prize of €338,127.43. This is the money distributed by the ATP 500 in Beijing depending on the round reached. Champion, €628,419.35. Finalist, €338,127.43. Semifinals, €180,216.08. Quarterfinals, €92,075.11. Second round, €49,147.54. First round, €26,211.11. Alcaraz explains how he regained motivation for tennis. The Spaniard is happy about his recent triumph, although he hasn't had much time for celebrations. We arrived in Shanghai at 4 o'clock in the morning. To the surprise of everyone, just a few hours after lifting the trophy at the ATP Beijing 2024, Carlos Alcaraz was already traveling as quickly as possible to his next destination, ATP Shanghai 2024. The Spaniard was not traveling alone. Besides his team, the Mercian was accompanied on the same private plane by Jannik Sinner, whom he had recently defeated. Without much time to process everything that had happened, Alcaraz attended the media day of the Chinese Masters 1000 to talk about how he currently sees his tennis. From the Beijing final to the press conference in Shanghai. Well, I haven't been able to do much after the final. I did what I had to do, went to the press conference, took a shower. I did everything quickly because I had to take the flight to come here, so I did everything fast. We got on the plane and arrived in Shanghai super late. I haven't been able to sleep as much as I would have liked, but I'm happy to be here in Shanghai. Very happy about the victory and now focused on this tournament. His relationship with Jannik Sinner. We don't talk too much when we're here, but we get along very well off the court too. We respect each other a lot as players and as people. When we're traveling or at tournaments, we're with our teams, so we don't talk much. When we can, we talk about things outside of tennis, about life, but not too much. We have a good relationship, but we're not best friends. About his first opponent in Shanghai, Zhengkeng Shang. I've only played against him once, at the Australian Open, where he got injured. After that, I haven't trained with him or played against him. I've seen some of his matches. I know he has great potential, very good tennis. I'm going to approach the match the same way I approach every match. I'll prepare as well as I can. I have 2 days to get used to the conditions in Shanghai. I hope to keep playing the way I've been playing. I'll be ready. The tennis calendar. I've said it several times, the tennis calendar is very tight, but we have to get used to it. Yesterday we finished around 9 p.m. after a 3-hour match, and I didn't have time to do anything else. I went to the club before the match with all the suitcases because I knew we had to leave quickly afterward to catch the flight. We arrived at 4 o'clock in the morning, to sleep a little and adjust to the conditions in Shanghai. The calendar is very tight, we travel from tournament to tournament, with only 1 or 2 days before the next one starts. It's complicated, but we have to adapt, Alcaraz admits. I've slept a total of 6 hours, I couldn't sleep more. I came to the tournament, and I'll rest a bit, I need it. Tomorrow I'll start training, and on Saturday, I'll try to play my best. What has made the difference compared to a few months ago? Training. I've had a good month of training after the American Tour. Of course, I played the Davis Cup and the Laver Cup, which helped me regain energy and motivation. I love playing team tournaments, they help me improve and feel good off the court. Those tournaments helped me get my joy back on the court, and focus on what's next. I came to Asia with a lot of energy, enjoying every second on the court, something that's very important for me. Right now, I'm ready for the next tournaments. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner share a plane after the final, The good vibes between both teams. The good atmosphere between Alcaraz and Sinner. Hours after Alcaraz was crowned champion in China, 7-6, 4-6, 6-7, against Sinner, both tennis players shared a means of transportation to travel to Shanghai, where they will play a new tournament. Not only them, but both teams traveled together on the private jet. A relationship that began in 2019, during the ATP Challenger Tour, where they faced each other in the first round. Alcaraz, at 15 years old, played against Sinner, who was 17, in Alicante in April, specifically in Vienna, at the Juan Carlos Ferrero Academy, where the Spaniard trains. Years later, they continue to show the good atmosphere that exists between them. A relationship that is reflected every time they meet, even spending some Christmases together. The humility of Carlos Alcaraz. After the victory, Carlos Alcaraz highlighted once again his hard work for another title. I could have won the match in 2 sets, but I could also have lost it. I'm very proud of how I managed all the difficult situations that came up, he said. The Mercian, in addition to praising the great match played by his rival and friend Jannik Sinner, also showed his humility by assuring that he was not the favorite. I think Sinner has shown that he's the best in the world, in my opinion. It was a very tight match. I think we put on a great show, he concluded. Now, both will participate in the Shanghai Masters, where Carlos Alcaraz wants to continue making history with another title for an increasingly full trophy case. The Masters 1000 in Shanghai is now established on the ATP calendar after its return last year, and in 2024, it promises an exciting edition of this tennis tournament, which will feature top players like Carlos Alcaraz, the brand new champion in Beijing, but also Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic. The competition at the Great Tournament in China will take place from October 2 to 13, and here we'll tell you all the information about the schedule, the draw, and the ATP Shanghai 2024 calendar. After the US Open, tennis players began a tour that the calendar takes to Asia, specifically to China, which returns strongly and whose main attraction is the Shanghai Masters 1000, especially after the thrilling ATP Beijing, where Alcaraz defeated Sinner in the final. The dates are unusual, causing the previous week of tournaments to end in the middle, something quite rare in professional tennis. The reason is that the Shanghai Masters 1000 has an agreement with the ATP for a duration of 12 days, something that also happens in Indian Wells, Miami, or the Mutua Madrid Open, but in this case, affecting the previous tournaments. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best information for the best audience, sharing in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and full coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. Additionally, at Tennis Zone, we strive to offer you up-to-date and quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in the tennis world.